morning, everyone. Namaste. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this inspiring alumni interaction powered by Univariety in partnership with Nirmal Bhartia School. Univarity's alumni-driven platform bridges classrooms with real-world journeys, helping students gain authentic guidance from those who once walked the same corridors. Today, we are privileged to hear from a distinguished alumni who exemplify excellence across science, design, and music. From Lata's remarkable journey in scientific research to Anoita's creative synthesis of textiles, dance, and cultural storytelling, and Sanjana's soulful evolution as a global musician and educator. Each story reminds us that passion, discipline, and courage shapes meaningful careers. May today's session spark curiosity, confidence, and clarity for every student present here. Check. Univariety has partnered with Nirmal Bhartia School, offering a comprehensive alumni management platform. Headquartered in Hyderabad, the Pan India presence, Univarity's technology-driven approach leverages alumni to provide top-notch guidance to students. I also want to mention that the question-answer round will be in the last, so please do not raise your hands in between when the speakers are speaking. Thank you. The very first speaker. The very first speaker. So our very first speaker is Lata from class 2019. Lata is a PhD scholar at Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU, pursuing advanced research at the School of Biotechnology. She spent 10 formative years at Nirmal Bhartia School, joining in class 9 and completing in class 12 in 2019. After school, she went on to pursue a BSc in microbiology from Delhi University, where she actively contributed as a council member, event manager, and a joint secretary of microbiology. She later completed her MC in applied microbiology with a 91% from Banaras Hindu University, BHU. After clearing the CSIR NET examination, she has joined JNU for her doctoral research. Her journey reflects strong academic foundations, leadership, and perseverance that lead to excellence in scientific research. So I'm welcoming Lata. You can start.
Lata, are you able to share your screen?
Yes, I'm trying. Give me few minutes.
Okay. You're on mute, Lata, if you're speaking anything.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I, Lata Lodhi, alumnus of Nirmal Bhartia School and currently a research scholar at JNU, would like to share briefly my journey from this school to the field of scientific research. So, I joined NIPS in 2009 when I was a little kid of class 3 Basant. I was a quite sincere and academically consistent student. Though I was not an extraordinary student, I was an average student. Nirmal Bhartia taught me more than subjects. It taught me discipline, values, confidence, and teamwork and time management. Beyond academics, I represented People House in soccer and I developed deep interest in art and creative expression. I enjoyed spending time in art room. That was the most favorite place of mine in the NIPS. I often used to miss my games period to spend more time there and even teachers encouraged me to choose art as a career, but my path led me to science. After completing class 12th, I joined Delhi University for BSc in microbiology. There, I performed the role of event coordinator and joint secretary. This
Sorry to interrupt, Lata. Just a second. We are able to see only the first slide of your screen, actually. Are you?
yes, I am.
Because we are able to see only the first slide. Yeah.
Lata, why don't you just click on at the top left corner about, from the current slide? Just click on from current slide at the top left corner. Above that, yes. Next to that, okay.
Now is my screen visible?
We are
Like,
still seeing the first slide. Just give me a second. Is it okay if I share?
yes, please.
Yes, let me do that. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
I'll just move a couple slides ahead. Is this good, Lata?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Let's continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So after completing class 12 from NIPS, I joined Delhi University for BSc in microbiology. There I performed the role of event coordinator and joint secretary. This helped me to balance academics with co-curricular activities and helped me to gain confidence and communication skills. From there, my journey started in research. I cleared CUET PJ exam after completing my graduation and I joined Banaras Hindu University for MSc in Applied Microbiology. I completed my MSc with 91% marks and during that time I also did dissertation project from ICMR National Institute of Malaria Research. I did research training at Delhi University also. Next slide please. So after completing my masters, I cleared GATE Excel exam and CSIR Net Life Sciences. These exams helped me to join PhD at Jawaharlal Nehru University. Currently, I am working as a research scholar in molecular biology laboratory where I work on Staphylococcus aureus bacteria proteins and we design peptide using deep learning methods and AI ML methods. So, please next slide. So today I would like to tell the students that biology is a powerful career choice and it offers opportunities in various fields like by choosing biology as your career after class 12 you can look for various careers like in science and research careers you can become a biologist, research scientist, biotechnologist or biomedical scientist, pharmacologist. If you want to pursue a medical field, you can look for doctor, dentist, veterinarian, physician assistant, nurse, medical laboratory technology, etc. And if you are interested in agriculture related fields or food and environmental science, you can become agriculture scientist, food scientist, nutritionist, wildlife biologist, zoologist, and marine biologist. There are also various options to join pharmaceutical companies and industries. There are some very important exams which will help you to pursue research field. So after completing your 12th, if you want to pursue medical field, you can go for the NEET exam, which is for medical courses like MBBS, BDS, and Ayush exams like BMS, BHMS, BUMS, and BSMS. Or if you want to pursue research and you want to become a good scientist in future, you should go for CUET exam, which is for BSc in biology fields, botany, zoology, microbiology, biotechnology, and biochemistry, etc. After completing your bachelor's, you can give CUET PG exam, which is the exam for to join central universities for your masters in life sciences, botany, zoology, microbiology, biochemistry, and biotechnology, etc. After your masters, to do higher education studies to get PhD, you should clear CSIR UGC exam, which gives you joint junior research fellowship. Next slide, please. India has excellent students and various best universities to pursue research like Jawaharlal Nehru University, Banaras Hindu University, and University of Delhi. There are also other universities like Jamia Millia Islamia University, Jamia Hamdard University, and Regional Center for Biotechnology, CSIR Labs, ICMR Research Institute, ICERS, IITs, IGIB, and National Institute of Immunology. And there are various other universities and research institutes in India. Students can also aim for global exposure. Many Indian students can go to study or work at universities like Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Oxford, Cambridge University of Toronto, etc. Next slide, please. So, my message for students today is that the discipline and values you are gaining here at Nirmal Bhartia School are not just for marks, they are the bedrock for your entire future. Cherish this time, embrace patience, success, especially in fields like research, is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be setbacks, failures are data, but consistency and perseverance always pays off. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I'm sure it was very knowledgeable for everyone here. I had a question for you. How important do you think were your leadership roles in extracurriculars when in shaping your confidence?
Yes, so if you participate in extracurricular co-curricular activities, like if you join council team in your college or various posts, you gain confidence and communication skills, because you are because if you are doing such roles, then you gain confidence and communication skills, because you have to deal with people and you have to talk to organize various events. So that really helps you to gain confidence.
So thank you so much, Lata, for your presentation. That answered my question also. Can I invite my next speaker, Anohita from class of 2021? Anohita Chaudhary is a creative professional specializing in textile design, printmaking, and classical dance. Currently awaiting her convocation at the National Institute of Design, NID, Haryana, with interest in storytelling and surface designs, and hopes to nurture spaces that view these arts as one spectrum. She has been noted for her blend of classical dance, textiles, and conceptual art, focusing on cultural narratives. She is also the co-founder of an art organization, the Foundation for Art and Culture, that envisions the same theme. Can I please welcome Anuarta now?
Hello, namaste. I really hope that I'm visible to everybody and I'm audible enough. I think it's great to be back in school, even though it's virtually, and I can see some people that I recognize. Like I recognize your anchor, Sanvi, because she's Hia's sister. I can see Neeraj sir, so that makes me a little happy because those are the few things that still make school familiar. So I think I don't, I mean, I've already had an introduction, but to just start it off, I'd like to say I don't know how many of you remember me. Maybe back when I was in school, you guys were really, really small. But hi, I'm Anohita and I'm from the class of 2021. And back when I was in school, I was a student that was essentially very interested in academics, largely because of how teachers at NIBS made it to be. They made it interesting, they made it something that I wanted to do. I didn't want to miss a single school day, and everybody would tell you that, all my teachers and my parents and my best of friends. I wanted to attend school every day, so I would just say, with all the little time that you have left, don't miss any school days, because those are the best ones that you'll miss. And with that, I'd just like to share my screen. I don't have a very high effort PPT, I'm so sorry, but I have pictures that will take you back to the memories that I'd want to share. So I think that should do. But yeah, just give me a second. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So on this screen, you can see the little me. I began school in 2008 when I was in Pallav. I'm sure that is what it's called till now as well. So I was in Pallav when I joined school, and back then I think I didn't really have a lot of friends. For one of my very first friends was Sanjana, who's also a speaker in this. So I think we really stayed till now. Some of the best times in school, I have a few pictures of me during my council walk, during annual days, during farewell dances, whenever we hosted workshops or sales. And another thing that I've, of course, included here is me with Neerja ma'am. I don't think she's in school still now, but yeah, I think dance was a very huge part of my journey. And those of you who've seen me in school would remember that. So I think for me, school was a blend of academics as well as co-curriculars, and I would lie if I say that academics was more interesting than co-curriculars, because I was clearly, you could see me dancing all the time everywhere. So with that, I think in 11th grade, essentially, I was the deputy Ashoka House head, and then in my 12th grade, which was unfortunately online because of the COVID situation, I was the head girl. So this is actually us when we had got our council positions in 11th grade. So Sanjana was the deputy Banyan House captain and I was the deputy Ashoka House captain. So life has really come full circle, as we both are speakers in this today. And I think that is what makes it more special for me. A little glimpse of how I tried to incorporate my co-curriculars in every day. So I think I'm sure Voice of Art is something that still happens till now. In 2019, we had just kicked it off and we had done a concept photography shoot with the Ghungroos, because I was interested in dance and we tried to merge those interests together. So I think I would also say, like, to everybody who's in 9th or 11th right now, I'm sure that everybody would have some hobby or some passion that you might be really interested in. Cultivate that very slowly and gradually right from your school times, because what it does, it helps you to build a foundation that would help you when you apply for your higher projects later. Just because I had dance as such a steady source of co-curricular for me, I had multiple projects in school time for it. It really helped me when I was applying to universities. I mean, that's a different ballgame altogether, that I didn't really go into any university wherever I applied because I got through my design entrance exam. But if somebody is eyeing DU or somebody is eyeing Indian colleges for the academic purpose, it will be very good to have something at your side that really pushes your academic formative years, as well as adds a bit of dimension to your personality. I mean, you're not just a student, you're definitely more than that. So no matter what it is, I think find that and start honing it, and it'll help. So this was me when I was made the head girl back in time. I am not sure of how many of you remember it, but yeah, this was the last time that we were happy, because after this COVID struck and everybody went online, so I was more like an online head girl. So sustaining dance through it all, I tried to perform consistently across stages as well. And I think that largely also came from the privilege that I come from a musical family. My father is a musician, my mom is a dancer, and she has been a designer as well. So I think that really helped me to sustain it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't have a backing, you won't be able to do it as much. I think just doing it enough for you to show, like I said, that you have something at side apart from your studies really helps. And I can say that firsthand because it has helped me. Going ahead, I decided that I wanted to pursue design when I was in class 10th. And I knew that I wasn't the best at drawing, but I wanted to do something on the creative lines, largely because I wanted to in future become a performer, and I wanted to have something that would be on the same creative line and not just become something completely academic that is unrelated to the profession of dancing. So I took up design because I thought that it would be a good bridge to connect both my careers. And fortunately, I got through my design entrance exam with an all India rank of 50, and I got into the National Institute of Design. I would like to talk a little about design here. A lot of people from school, after they've got to know that I had passed through NID, had come to me, messaged me, called me, and asked me that what requires or what helps you to get into NID. First thing that I'd like to clear out is that they don't see your drawing. So please don't think that any design college you're applying to, you need to be good at drawing. You don't need to be good at drawing at all. All that you need to be good at is actually storytelling. You should be able to tell your story the best. They have very abstract questions. NID never releases its papers, but if you see even sample papers, I got a question when I sat for the entrance exam where there was just one picture, and that picture had a cloud and a marble, and I was told to write a poem on that. It'll be absolutely abstract question that'll make you wonder what to do, but I'm sure you'll do well if you know your story well. I think National Institute of Design was definitely one of the best things that happened to me because it allowed me to explore my creative potential to the max. I think everything that we created, everything that we told had stories. And I think that is what I'm very for. I think as a dancer, we live different lives every day. We are different characters every day, and we tell different stories every day. So what a better way to merge both of these careers where the bridge is storytelling. So design has a lot of scope. It ranges from space design to craft-based research project. If you actually are interested and you apply to some of the places that have design, you will see that it has everything: exhibition design, ceramic design, it has space design, like I said, it has textile design, graphic design, animation design. In industrial technology, we have product design, UI UX design. So everything encompasses it, and everything, in at least in NID, has a proper degree. It just depends on the branch that you get in through and then what you decide to do further. So these are actually pictures of me from college when I had gone on ground and done some research on design, on textiles. I had taken up textiles because the logic that I applied while taking up textiles as my core main specialization was that with the coming of AI, everything can go non-existent. Everything can, be something that AI eventually does, but people will never stop wearing clothes. So pick something that will sustain. My idea was very simple, and that's why I picked clothes. I picked textiles. And then it's not necessary that you have to stick to that. So now today, what I'm trying to do is, after learning so much in design and so much throughout and across, I can blend my learning, my storytelling anywhere. So I think that really helps. So choose your specialization very wisely, because in the upcoming world, a lot of things are going to change. So I think you'd want to think about the future a bit when you take what you do. But yeah, I think everything that you see here has been like a creation by me. So this sari that I'm wearing, that was also on your banner, was created by me from scratch through a technique called eco printing, where we had like flowers and then we had evaporated it and it leaves textures and prints on the surfaces. Then we had a scarf making wherein you do weaving and then you do dyeing. We also had a theater module. So design essentially in our college, especially, I don't know about some of the private colleges, but we were taught everything. We were taught production design, we were taught theater, we were taught drama, everything in the arts arena, because they believe that anything and everything can come to use whenever you're trying to express yourself or tell your story. With that, I think I also came back to school in 2024 for an alumni talk in person. I don't know how many of you attended it, but
Anahita,
yeah.
right, let me interrupt you. Speaking about NID, I had a question that how do you think NID helped you think beyond one art form?
Right. So, like I said, when I entered an idea, I really thought that the entire curriculum is going to be really focused on drawing or on one particular design. But I think what it actually did to me was help me hone my other skills as well, because my first module in NID was actually Introduction to Theatre. So I think that's the whole concept that design colleges have. They don't force you to do one art form. They urge you to try different art forms. So it was never about just doing one. So I think that is how it helped. And in general, if you have a mindset and a broader aspect of trying everything, I think it'll really be good for you, because it'll help you inculcate everything that you've done and bring it into one perspective together. So I think, yeah. So I'll also elaborate a little bit more just after I go through one small journey of mine, which is I returned to school in 2024. Currently, I'm doing part-time design consultancy with Rang Sutra, which is a Fab India brand, and we essentially are a artisan-based craft brand. So artisans are actually the co-owners of this brand, and we create together. They're also the stakeholders of the entire company. This is me at the Rang Sutra office. And currently, I'm also, me and my family have co founded an organization, which is Vrindan Foundation, which is essentially to nurture and shelter arts and culture, and for me to be able to host my own productions. So, with that, this is my journey. A little bit that I'd also like to say is that NIFT and NID are some of the common names that you might have heard. And in general, National Institute of Design, the acceptance rate in India last year was just 1%. But I would just like to say that don't limit your vision to just a few colleges. There are multiple other colleges in India, in Delhi, and even across the globe, if you'd want to try, that offer the same opportunities. Maybe the only thing that differs is the financial aspect of it, but they're equally good in what they specialize. So I think there is the Design Village, which is in Delhi, Noida. There is Pearl Academy. Then, of course, NIFT has a lot of branches across India, so it's definitely more accessible and has more opportunities to offer. Apart from that, there are multiple other colleges like Srishti Bangalore, then there is ISDI Mumbai. So I think you can do a little bit of research on these particular colleges as to which course and which idea fits you the better. But I think definitely if you want to get into the one of the best for the one of the best in your area, then it would definitely be, I think, eyeing NID would not be bad and shooting your shot at that. So yeah, I think that's about it. That's about the little presentation I had, and I hope it helped. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. These are a few things that you can check out if you want to check out my work, which is, this is my design portfolio, this is my dance YouTube channel, and this is an Instagram art account that I'm cultivating that has a lot of things, so you can make a note of it if you want. But in general, and all in all, I would like to say, if you're someone who's interested in telling your stories, if you're someone who just absolutely loves creative things, then people will tell you to take a conventional way. They will tell you to not do something that might not have scope in the future, but you have to love it enough to do it. And if you do, then I'm sure it'll be great. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Anahita. Seeing at your second last slide about the Vrindan Foundation, I think we all must know our previous head girl, Sharanya, has also joined in. So I would ask that as a co-founder of the Vrindan Foundation, How did you take the first step from being a student to building an organization?
So I think we started it back in 2021, and that time I wasn't really an adult, so I couldn't actually be signing papers as the co-founder. So back then, I think it was my parents who had majorly taken up the entirety of it. But I think later, I think what I did was when I came back from NID, I felt equipped enough to now, rebrand it completely and revamp it in a way so that I can introduce my own productions. So Sharanya hasn't actually joined the organization. She has just done a photo shoot for me because I was on a lookout for people who were dancers and I could shoot. So I don't think she's like a joinee yet. But of course, if she ever wants to do anything on the lines of presenting her dance or wanting a stage, we actually work as a production house that can enable her the whole opportunity too. But I think it wasn't really tough for me because I think me and my family were in it together. I think all that it needed was streamlining things, and one of the most important things was system management, which is something that we had learned in college. So I think once you learn system management, a lot of things become clearer. And I think now, after I'm thinking of taking it up full time as well as doing design work freelance, I'm going to go for a master's in design management or strategic design management, which helps me build these managerial qualities to be able to balance everything and do it well. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Anvita. That answers my question.
Okay, thank you.
Now I'm inviting a third speaker, which is Sanjana from class of 2021. Sanjana is a songwriter, a composer, a vocalist, and a pianist known for crafting music built on memorable melodies and emotionally resonant motifs. After graduating high school, she began her formal training in music at the Global Music Institute, GMI, where she honed her foundational skills in performance, theory, and contemporary styles. She went on to earn her Bachelor of Music in Contemporary Writing and Production of Berklee College of Music, immersing herself in a composition, arranging, orchestration, and vocal performance. Now based in New York City, Sanjana works as a music activity specialist at the Center for Family Life, creating engaging standard-based curricula for young musicians, guiding students in vocal performances, songwriting, and ensemble work. Alongside her educational work, she continues to compose, perform, and shape a musical voice defined by clarity, emotional depth, and a melodic storytelling. Can we have applause for Sanjana?
Thank you so much. Am I audible to everyone?
Oh, yes, Sanjana, you're audible.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's so amazing to be back here. It's really nostalgic to see this auditorium in the first place and to see the green seats and everything. It's been so long since I've even been back to Nirmal Bhartia, and it's just really cool to be speaking here and being here with everyone. Um, so yeah, I think I'll just start. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. One second. Okay. Yeah, so I've just kind of accumulated some early Nirmal Bhatia pictures. The first one is, I think, me with, I think I was in Pallav or first grade or something, I'm not sure. But with Charu ma'am, and a lot of pictures again with Nirja ma'am, which Anuhata also had. And just a lot of pictures with my friends who I still have to this day. Yeah, Nirmal Bhatia it was such a great, such a extremely formative experience and time in my life. And when I look back, I really think so many of the memories really shaped who I am today. And I got so many amazing, really long lasting friendships from it. Um, Even I knew very early on that I wanted to follow music and be a musician. I remember in fourth grade we had I think a career day or dress up as whatever career you want to pursue, and I dressed up as Taylor Swift, which I couldn't, but I dressed up as a singer or whatever. So I knew really early on that I wanted to do music, and I kind of pursued that while I was at NIBS, simultaneously with studies. I mean, in any way that I could. So there was inter-house music competitions, which I was very, very passionate about. I was in Banyan House, which is the best house. And yeah, so those were the ways in which I was kind of starting to learn how much I was passionate about music and how much I really wanted to pursue it. After I graduated, I was kind of at an impasse. I knew was also interested in liberal arts, but I still had this deep passion for music. So I kind of applied to a combination of colleges. There were a handful of liberal art colleges, and I applied to one music college, which was Berklee College of Music. I did end up getting into a few liberal arts colleges, and I got into Berkeley at the time. However, I didn't get a scholarship for Berkeley, and at that time and right now, it's extremely expensive. So I wasn't able to go the first time I applied because I didn't get a scholarship. But that's actually what led me to Global Music Institute, which is a place that I found while I was researching on financial aid and just scholarships that could have helped me go to Berkeley and pursue a higher musical education. So I kind of stumbled upon this institute, which is right outside of Delhi. It's in Greater Noida, like it's like 2-3 hours from Delhi, and I had no idea it existed. It was founded by two Berkeley alums, and there I ended up studying for 1 year. I pursued an artist diploma, and Global Music Institute actually has a partnership with Berkeley. Sorry, is someone?
You can't see me on the screen. I've got a couple of questions. Maybe you could answer. This is when you're referring to the inter-house events and everything. How did you, and this is a struggle I think all students have, that they don't have time to practice because they're studying so much. So how did you balance it? If you could share some lights on it. And I can see Anirudh there. So are you part of the Anirudh Verma Collective?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes, a collective did perform at Global Music Institute. I did take some classes with Anirudh Verma, but I wasn't really directly involved with
Okay.
their
About the inter-house bits, that would help them understand that, with academics, you need to pursue your passion as well. So how did you pursue your passion vis-a-vis balancing your academic needs? Some of them have struggled staying back. Some of them don't have struggled staying back. They want free periods for practice. All of it is there. So how did you overcome? If you could focus that.
Yeah, of course. So while I was at school, I think I was just very lucky that I definitely was very clear that I wanted to spend time practicing as well. I think I only really started dedicating time to academics in high school, ninth and 10th grade. Um, I'm I will be honest with you, I'm trying to I'm blanking on how my high school is kind of my experience is kind of blanking about balancing it. But I definitely remember I was very clear that I wanted to keep doing music. I had great teachers who supported me both in my academics and music. Vivek sir and everyone. I got a lot of support from my teachers and parents. I used to do music classes outside of school as well. So it was definitely not just me. I think I got that help from everyone in my life, my teachers and parents, family generally. And yeah, I think it takes a village, and that's what really, in the end, helped me be able to balance both things. Does that answer the question? I'm sorry. I can't hear.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, Global Music Institute. Yeah. So while I was researching financial aid for and scholarship programs for Berkeley because I really wanted to go, at that time I was really passionate about songwriting specifically, and the reason I didn't really look into other music colleges was because Berkeley was one of the only colleges that had a songwriting major, and so I had a tunnel vision for Berkeley, and I was just looking for ways that I could get there. And I found Global Music Institute, which had a partnership program with GMI. So the program was that you study 1 year, you do a diploma with Global Music Institute, and then you can transfer credits to Berkeley. So that's what I ended up doing. I went to GMI for a year. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I learned so much about music theory, performance, how to actually correctly practice vocal music, how to perform with other people, ensembles. And it was honestly the best experience. And I would highly recommend, if anyone's considering pursuing music, studying it for music production or performance, to look into this option, because this is kind of a stepping stone to Berkeley. And without this, without GMI, I would have been really even more lost at Berkeley. And it was just you don't have to go there if you. It doesn't have to necessarily be to go to Berkeley, but you can, even if anyone wants to just take a year or half a year, they have 6 months programs as well, just to pursue music a little bit more, study more, explore any interest that you have specifically with music. I can't recommend it enough. It was one of the best experiences.
Right. Khandina, speaking about Berkeley, I had a question. What would be your biggest learning shift when you got admission into Berkeley? Creatively or personally, or it could be both.
Sorry, could you repeat the question? I think there's
Oh,
some.
yes. What
Yeah.
was your biggest learning shift when you got into the college?
Oh, okay. So are you talking about the first time? Because I did actually, I was building up to that. So are you talking about the first time I applied?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, so the first time I applied, I was kind of going into it, not, I wouldn't say blindly, but I did I didn't have that much experience. I did get in, but it's again, as I said, I wasn't able to get a scholarship. So this my the learning shift would be, I went to GMI, and a lot of people there had successfully gone to Berkeley, had that experience, and I was able to speak to them. I was able to train with an amazing vocal teacher who really prepared me for that second audition that I did. And I was able to get advice from a lot of people who were there, who were pursuing music, a lot of like-minded musicians, and that really put me in the mindset to get a scholarship. And that's what ended up happening. I applied the second time. This time I had a lot of theory, um, technical know-how. I had studied a lot of the subjects that people in Berkeley already do. So I was kind of coming into Berkeley having done a lot of the beginning subjects that you would study there. So that's what ended up working out for me, and I was able to get a scholarship. And then eventually I went to Berkeley, which brings me to my next slide. These are just some pictures from important days at Berkeley that I had. This is the first one is my first day at Berkeley. There's one in a studio, and there's one where I'm recording an original composition. Yes, so Berkeley. It was an absolute dream come true to be able to go here. It took a lot of hard work and dedication. I thought about nothing else for a long time. And it was definitely a mixed bag. It's really hard living alone abroad. There are lots of challenges that I faced that I didn't see coming. But I also learned a whole lot. I discovered a love for orchestral music and composing. I always loved songwriting. And as I mentioned before, I actually went to Berkeley for songwriting, but I ended up majoring in something called contemporary writing and production, which is kind of a broader composing and arranging major. So I didn't end up actually majoring in the thing that I really wanted to do, and I ended up discovering a lot of new things. And I just discovered how many avenues there really were for music, and it really opened my eyes, because so many people, when I was deciding to do music, would tell me that to keep a backup plan, to do some liberal arts or something that's practical. But again, to add on to the point that Anahata said, if you love it enough, and also you can make it happen. I know there's also some privilege that comes with that. Not everyone is able to pursue their passion, and I'm definitely very grateful and lucky that I got to do it because of my parents, because of amazing teachers that I had. But yeah, there's one quote that I really love. I think Jim Carrey said it, that you could fail at what you don't want, so you might as well try something you love. And it ended up working out for me, and it was just an amazing experience. Yes, it was amazing. And now I just graduated in May 2025. And I ended up a few months after graduation moving from Boston to New York with one of my friends, which was a huge shift. And it's just been a few months of me living here in New York. I moved here. I decided to move here after visiting New York a few times, and it's just a whole different story over here. The energy shift, I could feel way more creatively inspired in New York. So I decided to move just based on that, which is probably not the most practical decision. But I did end up finding a job eventually. I'm now a music activity specialist at one of the Center for Family Life schools here in Brooklyn. And I basically design lesson plans for kids from elementary to middle school, but it's a part-time job. I am also simultaneously recording my own album and composing. I'm doing some freelance work, and yes, that is what I'm currently doing. I think that's everything I wanted to say. So thank you everyone so much.
Thank you so much, Sanjana.
Sanjana, you can't see me here, but when can we see you in school?
Oh, I would love to come. I can't even go back to India because of the president who is in our country right now. I mean, not like the US. So I won't be able to come back, and it's a whole thing. I would love to come though. So whenever I'm coming in India and Northern, I've had this plan that we are definitely.
It would be lovely to have you in school sometimes and do a session for all the budding singers because for
I
them
would love to, yes.
it's only singing, the sound mixing and everything. They have very little idea about the entire gamut that the music industry offers. Thank you very for doing the session. Over to
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now can we begin the question answers round for all those who have questions? Please refer to the name you have.
Namaste, my name is Radha and I'm from class 9 and my question is to Anubhuta Devi. How does culture influence your design and storytelling process?
So essentially, I don't know if you've seen me in school or if you were there when I was there, but I am, because by the virtue of being a classical dancer from a very, very young age, I think culture has influenced almost everything that I do. I'm extremely partial to the Indian ethnic. I think that in general conveys a lot of sense as to how I embody the textiles, which is something I went on to study. So I think in general, my strong base in Indian culture is what helps me shape my projects. I actually put a Behance link in the end of my PPT. That's like my design portfolio. If you go into that, everything that you see is inspired by Indian mythology, Indian folklore, Indian traditions. Everything is Indian. And I think that largely comes from the fact that Indian classical dance is so rooted in culture. So I don't know if you want to know anything in specific, but I would definitely say that the culture that influences you and that you embody eventually embodies all the art you make. So I think that's how it influences.
Thank you.
anyone else?
So, hi, my question to Lata Didi is what challenges did you face the most while preparing for competitive exams?
Okay, competitive exams are really tough, and you should start preparing for them. From like if you have planned to go in a research field and you are doing BSc, then from BSc itself, from your bachelor's itself, you should start preparing for the exams. And there are various like supplementary books, core books. You should read those books and start planning the strategy.
Namaste, I'm Sapana, and my question is what advice would you give to students who love art but are unsure whether it can lead to a sustainable career?
I cannot assure you that lead to a sustainable career is my answer. There is no answer to this question. You have to just shoot your shot. And I think, like Sanjana also said about that little quote, that you can always fail in something that people tell you to try. So you might as well just shoot your shot at something that you really want to do. I think arts, I'm going to be very honest, arts is not a stable career. It is something that is extremely uncertain, but it comes with you knowing that you have to work it out every day. Today, as an active member of the organization that I'm forming as a freelance designer, I have to get up and work every day to do my networking. So I think the only thing that can sustain you is networking as much as you can. Go out and see exhibitions, go out and talk to people, attend concerts you don't understand, see shows that you don't understand. Today, I think I'm learned in Indian classical dance, but that doesn't mean that, if a Western classical concert is happening, I won't go and see it. I think if you're pursuing art, your inspiration is life itself. I recently saw an interview by Shabana Azmi, and I think she was saying that when you are doing something that is related to the art, your inspiration is life itself. So you have to go out there, put yourself out there, network, communicate, and talk to as many people as you can, and that is the only thing that will help you sustain, I think. But I would definitely say that when I wanted to be a full-time performer and dancer, but I think, like every middle class family, my parents did tell me to have a backup, but I was very clear that my backup is not going to be academics. So I think that is the choice you make. Even my backup is a creative field, so that I can bridge both the things together. So I think that's a very clear conscious choice that you can make, and that's how you can help yourself out and make things work out for yourself. And I think if you love it enough, it will sustain you. So yeah.
I have a question from Sanjana Dini. Since I'm also someone who's considering applying abroad, do you think that it's important to have backups in India? Or it should just be like, if you're considering abroad, then you should definitely go for that, since the whole system is very different than applying for India and then going outside. So what's your take on that?
I would say, is there a specific field you're looking at for abroad?
Yes, so biology, and so it's like a mix of biology and liberal arts that I'm personally looking at. So should I still keep my options open in India, or if I'm aiming for abroad, should I just go for that in itself?
I think there's no harm in applying to both, especially since I don't know if scholarship is a factor for you, but I definitely applied to both because there's no harm in preparing and applying to as many colleges as you can. That doesn't mean you go crazy and apply to like 20, but I think being intentional but also practical, especially I don't know if you're trying to apply to US colleges right now. It's the political climate, it's more difficult to come here. It's not just about getting in, even visas and everything. It's quite it's not great, the situation. So if you're looking at just generally UK or Europe and US, definitely also apply to Indian colleges. There's no harm in doing it, and it just makes good sense to do both. So I also didn't just apply to Berkeley, I did also apply to colleges in India, because for me at least the financial aspect was a factor, and just in case, even if I did get in, if I didn't get a scholarship, which I didn't end up actually getting, I had some options.
Another question from Anuradha Levy. Since you were the head girl and it must have been really challenging for you, dealing with it online and stuff, how do you think being a part of the council helped you shape your mindset?
Oh, I think, yeah, I think I definitely miss talking a lot about this, because if I started talking about this, it'll be a whole different session. I think being in the council was definitely a dream, and I think it's for everybody, especially when you're growing up and you're in eighth and ninth. Being in the student council is a very huge, big deal. And when I came to 11th and then I eventually became the head girl, I think what first of all it helped me to do was to learn communication, and by which I do not mean speaking English. I do not mean to be able to speak eloquently. By communication, I mean that to be able to reach a middle ground with 20 people having different ideas. So I think one thing that really helps me till date is, as a leader, to be able to negotiate through conversations, to see through arguments, and then to reach a conclusion. So I think what, especially Nirmal Bhartia Council, because it was a short team and not a very huge team, what it helped me to do was to identify what my strengths and weaknesses were and then work on it. So I think leadership is definitely something. Today I'm envisioning a master's in design management or in any managerial course, because I know I've had the backing and that I can show wherever I apply that I've been the head girl. So I think I wish my head girl experience was actually more offline and I got to live it better. But I think definitely it helps you to make decisions. It helps you to not rely and make other people accountable for your own decisions, and it helps you to see through arguments and just put your foot down sometimes and take a decision that's going to be the end of it all. So I think it really makes you independent like that. So I think, yeah.
A question for Sanjana Devi. I want to ask you, how do you balance being an educator and an independent musician at the same time?
Ah, yes, this is the question. I'm definitely right now, I wouldn't say I'm balancing it very well, because I'm part-time working at the school, so that's something I have to do, and I'm definitely in that adjustment period where I have to apply discipline to myself to keep working on my music. I am actively recording for an album right now. So on some weekends or whenever I get time off, I'm traveling back to Boston to record. Um, and I'm trying to record as much as I can and keep practicing. But it's definitely something that I wouldn't say I'm balancing it very well right now, because the job definitely takes more of your time, and it's something that you have to do. Whereas my own musicianship and my own music is something that it's up to me to apply that discipline. But I am having small goals for myself, and I'm trying to meet them every week. And definitely recording, keeping tangible goals for myself is one way that I try to keep meeting my personal goals and keep applying for performing gigs and everything here and there. Yes, so keeping small goals for myself, I would say that's how I'm sort of balancing it, but not very well.
And I wish you all the very best for your future.
Thank you.
Well, I have question for Lata. So Namaste Didi. So I'm Jasdeep of grade 11 Bahar. So my question to you is like, how did you manage co-curricular with academics when you were in college, as you mentioned in your PPT and when you were talking about it?
See, if you are involved in co-curricular activities and you are also doing some academic course which demands your more focus on studies, so you should balance like you should have a proper plan, and you should make a proper strategy like how you and you should make a timetable like schedule. You should plan a schedule like how you will do your study. You should make a timetable like at what time you want to study, and in college you should like you should have a proper schedule, I would say. This will help you in managing co-curricular activities with your academics.
Yes, sir. So I'll make it quick. I just have another question for Sanjana Didi. Is that like what inspired you to do music in college and like in music courses? As you mentioned, you are a great singer and a songwriter.
Yeah, I don't know about great singer, but I always loved singing. Yeah, I think I just loved Western music period in Nirmal Bhartia. I loved it so much. Every Thursday, I remember we had what specialization period or something. I don't. Yeah, I was in dance before, and then I switched to Western music. It was a big deal. I just loved it. It was my favorite part of school to be anyway involved in music. I don't. I think I just always knew that I wanted to pursue it. I had given my parents fair warning in third, fourth grade that I'm going to do music. Just, I'm telling you from now, like, I don't want to hear it later. It was definitely, they also had to contend with that a little bit because it was a new area for them. But I applied to Berkeley. I got in. That was kind of a little bit of a confidence boost for me and my parents. And then I really tried hard and I got the scholarship. Once I got the scholarship, that was kind of a positive sign for my parents as well. And in the end, that's what ended up helping in our decision to go forward with that. And honestly, I didn't apply for anything else that second time because I was very clear that's what I wanted to do. And then it just, things kind of sort of fell into place after that. So,
Okay,
yes.
thank you, Didi.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zinia. My question is for Sanjana Devi. You talked about your releasing music and you're releasing as an independent musician. Are you doing most of the production work yourself? Because if you are, that's a really big hassle. Or do you have somebody who's doing part of it for you, majority of it for you? How are you going about the production of it as well?
Yeah, so I am definitely involved in the production. A part of my degree was music production. It was a combination of composing, writing, and music production. So I am involved in the production of all of my music, but yeah, someone else is producing it because I wouldn't say that's my major area of expertise. My main area is composing and songwriting. So that is the part that and arranging the music. So that's the part that I kind of focus on and record it. And then I do end up having collaborators for the music production and post production parts of it. Thank you.
My name is Gauri Navani, and my question is to Lata Didi. So, we recently gave the NTTD exam, and I'm sure it was very hard for all of us. So, in competitive exams, do you think it is more important to practice more mock papers for time management skills or know the syllabus very well?
See, I would say that both the things are very important. First of all, you should know the proper syllabus of your competitive exam. Like, if you don't know the syllabus, then what you will study and how you will prepare. So, at the first place, you should know the syllabus, very important. And second, after knowing the syllabus, you should focus on the mostly more important topics that are asked frequently, and you should obviously prepare you should give mock test, and you should also solve the sample papers. This will help you, and also from your side you should study from you first know the syllabus, like what is the syllabus of your exam, then highlight the important topics, and then then find the questions from the mock papers that which are frequently asked. This will help you to clear the exam.
Thank you for answering all those questions. But hearing Sanjana, Noita, and Lata, I think Anoita can take the lead and Sanjana can also. We should have an alumni band, something going. Anoita is also into dance and music. Lata, I really hope to see you in school. You are in JNU, it's one metro, two metro stops. So we'd love to have you in school, talk about your experience pursuing academics in JNU, so that students also understand how they can follow that path. So lovely seeing you and hearing you, and we'll hope to have you in school for the alumni reunion. And thank you for finding time. And I think one of your exams today, sir. I don't know, I was there somewhere. So thank you for finding time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lala Didi, Anoita Didi, and Sanjana Didi. It has been a very fruitful session. Our alumni community is a goldmine of experience, and they are all eager to give back. Whether you are stuck with a college application or you are curious about a day in the life of a professional, your answers are just a click away. So please head over to the Univariety portal and connect with our future alumni and get the clarity you need to move forward with the confidence. Thank you so much, Pansat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anohita, Sanjana, Lata. Thank you so much for volunteering coming forward and addressing the students. And students, I hope the session is insightful for all of you. So not only Anohita, Sanjana, and Lata, but you have 300 plus alumni on the Univariety portal. So go to the portal, log in, and interact with those alumni. Seek guidance from them. So they are from different industries, different backgrounds. So based on your dream company or dream industry, choose the alumni wisely and interact with them and seek guidance. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.